One of the fondest memories I have of growing up was a single moment I had with my father. The year was 1973, and we were sitting on a porch in front of our house. And over to the right were three children about my age. My father looked at me and said, "Go over there and say hello and introduce yourself by your name." Being somewhat shy at the time, I looked at my father and said, "No." With kind eyes and a loving voice, he said, "Son, always be the first one to say hello. That way you'll always have friends and feel like you're part of a community." I was 7 years old at the time, and those words continue to influence me to this very day. 2 years later, my mother, sisters, brother, and I said goodbye to our father as we laid him to rest. Several years would come to pass when my siblings and I came up with an idea to start our own business. And led by the love and support of our mother, we found a mission to unite people in the spirit of learning so that they could discover their purpose. To create a following, we reached out to notable thought leaders. Dr. Maya Angelou, Oprah Winfrey, former President Bill Clinton, and Tony Robbins. Each one of them answered our invitation and joined us on stages around the world to share their words of wisdom. And hundreds of thousands of lives were changed in the process. This did not happen overnight. It took years, even decades, for our vision to come to fruition. It all started by heeding the advice of our father and finding the courage to say hello to one person at a time and to share our story. Hi, my name is Yusuf Khoja, and I'd love to be able to tell you about something amazing we're doing. I think you'll find it fascinating. Before I could even complete that statement, I was shocked by the response that some people gave me. Your name is what? How do I pronounce that? Guess you're not from around here, are you? I created a story in my mind. If I'm going to fit in with this community, I probably need to be more like it. So I decided I'd go with the name Joseph instead of Yusuf. And you know what? It seemed to work. In fact, some people would even comment about how they had a family member or friend named Joseph or Joe. For 25 years, I traveled the planet sharing our story and introducing myself as Joseph. From the outside looking in, things seemed to be going well. The business was growing, and I had material signs of success. Drove a nice car, had a nice watch, wore nice clothes. I even had nice hair back then. But something didn't seem quite right inside. It's hard for me to describe in words, except to say I felt like there was a part of me that was missing. It was through a process of self-discovery that I began to learn that the name Yousef represents a part of the world that is rich in history, tradition, and culture. It represents a religion that during the golden age of Islam, people would gather under the stars in what is referred to as a majlis. And there they would openly discuss ideas around poetry, astronomy, mathematics, philosophy, and trade in the spirit of collaboration and understanding. My name, Yousef, came to symbolize an identity that would shape the person I was going to become. Life is not without its sense of irony, though. As I traveled the world to help people to discover their purpose, I was alienating myself from my own. I've since come to realize that sacrificing who we are in order to fit in is never the right decision. In the last 2 years, I made the most important decision of my life, to reclaim my name, Yousef. And in doing so, thank you. And in doing so, I've come to realize the peace and harmony that are the offspring of self-acceptance. We live in a world today where we talk about the importance of diversity and inclusivity so we can make a decision to live in unity. In order to achieve this goal, we must first discover the beauty that exists within each and every single one of us. Self-love is more than a statement of a positive affirmation or doing something in the moment that makes us feel good or important. It's about embracing the totality of who we are, our history, tradition, culture, our capacity to feel emotions like kindness, forgiveness, and love for ourselves and for those around us. When we experience that level of inner beauty, we will come to realize that it exists around us at all times. And in that moment in time and space, we will all know what it means to feel human connection. Thank you.